let me get some of the goodies out. Ooh, what are we going to use today? Our staple gun. For making a wreath, we've got to have a wreath frame. That. We're also going to be using this really cute, look at that dog ribbon. Now this comes in multiple colors. I think I got this all from Craft Outlet. So we've got that there. Let me see what else. All right. Oh, and I have it in black. I have it in black too. So now that, we're going to use a little bit of red. We're going to use some black and white checkered mesh. Now, so here is the piece de résistance. Little sign. Live, love, rescue. Dog themed stuff has been selling really well for me, so I'm going to continue that tradition. I need some more thin wreaths to go in my boutique space. I'm moving spaces from a larger size, kind of condensing it down to a smaller size, being a little more selective about what I have there now that I know what people like to purchase. But I'm going to make one of these thin wreaths for there. So we've got to have our Live, Love, Rescue. That's going to go along with, I have some of this ribbon. I had just enough of this ribbon, literally, like within like an inch, to make with this wreath. So this is going to be one of the colors we're going to do. We're going to do this other red. And then the 1.5 inch we're going to use to make our bows. We're going to do maybe something different with a little bit of the bows. But then look at these. I'll pause so you can admire them. Get it? Pause. Okay. And then we have our pipe cleaners. Awesome. So I want to be, so I got to get in here to see comments, everybody. So hold on. Let me get in here. I want to see the comments. Here we go. Excellent. So I will say, today's my birthday, so I'm excited to be going live on my birthday. Yay! I'm 21 times 2 plus a lot. Yes. Yeah, fun times. So we are going to be doing this here. We're going to start with, so this, now this is the Celebrate It mesh. Now we know that this is 10-inch mesh, but on this roll, this has 18 feet. So this is not your typical, 10 yards, 30 feet. Anything that comes from Michael's, we know is a little bit smaller than that, but I only need 12 pieces of this mesh. I'm going to be cutting 12 pieces at 18 inches a piece. So we'll get started with that in a minute. What I want to do first, I'm going to move my ribbons off to the side in my nice little holder. I'm trying to stay as organized as I can, but that doesn't go so well for me sometimes. Here we go. Alma, hello, and thank you. Thank you. It's a good day today. I get to take my daughter to her theater class tonight, so I get to spend my birthday sitting in the lobby of a Park District building. Yay. Hey, as long as she's happy. We might go to Red Robin, her and I, just for a quick little birthday thing, but I can't have any dessert because I can't eat their milkshakes. I love their milkshakes. Their milkshakes don't love me. And if I'm going to be sitting for 90 minutes outside a waiting room, I don't want to torture the people sitting near me. So I will just be enjoying probably the pretzel bites. Alrighty, so what I'm going to do first is this is, yes, the very expensive Dollar Tree wreath frame, but we like it because it's very narrow, and if we're not putting a lot of stuff on here, it's okay. Don't overload it with a lot of stuff and it'll be just fine. And then we have our pipe cleaners. I'm using white because one of the top ribbons I'm going to be using is the white with the black. So I don't want it to stick out so much, so we're going to use the white. So the first thing I'm going to do is start making my wreath frame. So we have rings here, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, starting from the outside in, I go 1, 2, 3, and 4. Then we have 6 spines, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They go up and down. What I'm going to do is I'm using rings 1 and 2 for the inside, rings 3 and 4 for the outside. So on the spines for rings 1 and 2, I put it through here, right at the top of ring 2. I bring it around. I'm going now the other side of the spine, poking it through, bringing it around. So it kind of looks like that from the back. Like it's almost like making a Z shape. And I'm going to bring it around. And then I'm going to twist it just once. Now that it's been twisted once, I'm not going to undo it again. So I'm going to do this on all 6 of the spines on the inside. There we go. 1, 2. So did anybody watch the Oscars last night? I did. I like to watch skinny, rich people get awards while I sit in my yoga pants and no bra on my recliner eating cookies. Yeah. It was enjoyable. I liked the Ken song. That's what I was watching for, really, was the Ken song. Ryan Gosling in pink. Yes, it works. All right, here we go. So now we're done with the ones on the inside. So now we're going to take it, like Eminem says, round the outside, okay? We're not going to stick it right on the spines because the mat just kind of puts 2 stacks of the same thing. We want to stagger this. So we're going to go right between these babies, right? Right here. Now there's no spine to worry about here, so I'm just literally going to wrap it around. So it looks like that. Wrap it around. I'll do that again in slow-mo. I'm going to pierce it right through that ring, right through the bottom of ring 3. Wrap it around the outside of ring 4. Bring it right back down through the bottom of ring 3. Pull it up. And then we're just going to do a nice little tight twist. It's okay to bend the frame a little bit because we want to make sure that we get a nice little snug fit. That's not going to go sliding all around. It needs to stay put. Like, I'm putting you there. Please stay there. Keep having to go over to swipe for the comments. I'm sorry. I don't understand. Ugh. Trying to see it on that TV. Now I can't see the comments over here. I'm trying to broadcast it so I can see the comments bigger because 4 eyes, but yet none of them can see. Yeah, so I'm going to take it off of that. So give me just a second, please. Why is it not working? It's not working. All right. I'm going to, hold on. Give me a second. I know, be patient with me. Please be patient. Please be patient. Disconnect. I can see you guys better this way. There we go. Cecil, my friend Cecil and I worked together at a company many, many moons ago, and she's become one of my dearest friends, and she's so crafty. She makes Mickey Mouse ears that are just, oh my gosh, they're unbelievable. They're just absolutely stunning. Love them. So creative. Okay, now we got our handy dandy mesh roller with the cover because we don't want to end up in the ER again, Linda, do we? No, we do not. I'm going to pull this through. Now this, I know you guys have seen me talk about this before. This is Susie's triple stationary mesh roller. It's holding 6 rolls of mesh right now. 6 rolls of 10-inch. It can hold ribbons. It can hold 21-inch mesh. It can hold gift wrap. This is amazing. If I had to roll mesh out and just kind of throw it somewhere and pull it to cut it, it would be incredibly frustrating. So to me, this was worth it. There is a link for this. I have a link tree set up, and a link to her shop, Susie's Wreaths and Things, is in my bio. It is an affiliate link, so I do get a little commission on there, but I only would hawk products that I know you would love to. This is so helpful. I love it. All right, so now I'm pulling the mesh down to 10 inches, and I'm cutting at 28 because 28 minus 10 is 18. Yes, 18. So I need to cut 12 pieces of this. So 1, I should have, oh, I forgot to do a better blade. Okay, so my blade's a little dull. You want to have nice sharp blades. I like to lay this flat too. 1, 2. Here we go with number 3. Number 4. Here we go with number 5. Here we go. This is actually nice mesh. This is not framed very much at all. 6. I'm afraid it's not framed. 7. 8. The whole thing just came apart. I will finish with the scissors. That was funny. Yeah, it's a good day. Nine. Boy, that was unscripted. Oh, I gotta go with the flow. Here we go. 10. Here we go, 11. And then one more is gonna make 12. Come on, baby. Pull through. Oh, look at this. We got enough here for number 12. And just a tiny little bit left. So if you're gonna make a full wreath, like where you're gonna need lots of mesh and you're gonna do like the curl method, you're gonna need more than one roll of this stuff because this only gets you 12 18-inch cuts, but that's all we need for a pancake. Then we're good. I'm going to teach you something else today. So this is what I'm going to call the lazy pancake method. So normally we go around and we put the mesh on and then we go put the ribbons on. I've gotten lazy in my apparent old age. And now I'm just going to I'm doing it all at once. And I just did it with the wreath right before this. I made a happy birthday one because it's my birthday. So I was like, I'll make myself a wreath. And it worked out really well, actually. So I'm getting out my ribbon tail board. So I'm going to cut my ribbons now. Okay. So this, I have already wrapped this. So this is 12 pieces at 14 inches long. You can see that I used my ribbon tail board from Hot Mesh Mom. Got that. So I'm going to cut this first. I'm just going to cut right through those loops. And once I do that, instead of having one really long piece of ribbon, I now have 12. So I'm going to dovetail these. These are my good sharp scissors. Got these from Deco Exchange, the blue-handled scissors we all love. I'm going to bend this. So what I'm doing is dovetailing. So I'm going to fold it in half so all of the wired edges are touching. And then I'm going to cut angled from the inside, angling outward toward the metal ends. There we go, the wires. I'm going to do that on the other side. This keeps it from fraying. It gives it a nice finished edge. We like that. And here you go. See, it makes that little V shape. It's a dovetail. Not to be confused with DuckTales, which was a cute cartoon on Disney Channel. All right, I'm going to cut the other ones of these. Oh, these lights are very, very hot. Please forgive the sweat stash that you're about to see. Alrighty, we're going to cut this one. And then, because this is patterned, and this is a cute pattern, I don't want to compete with it. So the next one we're going to do is going to be just a solid. So our sign here, we have the black and white, right? So we got that. But then I want to pick up, I'm going to carry up the red. So we're going to do this red ribbon, just a solid. That's going to go on the bottom. It's kind of there just as an accent color. So I'm going to wrap 12 of these. I'm going to hold it on my tail on my board. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 ribbon tails. Alrighty. Doing the same thing now that I just did. I'm going to cut right through the center. Boom, boom, boom. And cutting again right through the center. Boom, boom, boom. Oh my gosh. Like, how soon is it socially acceptable to put on my air conditioning? I think we're getting into the 60s today from what I heard. Anything above like 67 for a few days and I'm turning that AC on. I don't care. I cannot stand to be hot. Here we go. That's why I chopped off my hair last week. Went from like kind of longer right to here. Not that you can tell because I always have it up, but much less on the neck. I like that. All right, let me check comments. I haven't looked in a while. All right. Justin, hey, Carol, Michelle, Lila. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Oh, now I put myself on pause and I can't see what's going on. Well, thank you, Lila. I'm going to text you later about lunch next Wednesday. Let's just do it here. I think Mom's more comfortable that way. And plus, I'm more comfortable because I can just not have to look nice. No, I'm kidding. I would dress up for you, my friend. I would dress up for you, of course. But then Gigi's here, but we'll let her out. So my dog, I've posted a couple of pictures of her But my dog, when I let her out into the kitchen area, she likes to jump up on the kitchen table. So sometimes she ends up eating literally with me. We have to be really careful because she's an adventurous little soul. She's a flight risk. All right, so we've got everything cut for now. So now's the fun part. Now's the lazy part. So I've got my ribbons over here. I'm going to put them off to the side. And I've got my mesh. And you can see the wreath frame right up here. Make sure you guys can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to lay this flat. Now it curls. You can see it's got this natural curl to it, right? Like my hair. It's got a little natural curl. But we're going to do a curl side down. I want to lay this flat. So the pancake wreaths here, they are what sells the best for me in this region because we're in Chicago and it's cold and everybody's got a storm door. So I got to make that. My big fluffy ones sell great when I'm shipping to the South. So I'm gathering it up from the bottom. I'm going right up the center now. I've got a nice white stripe right in the center. So it's a good guide. I can go right down the center. I'm going to scrape it up as I go. Scrape, 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 scrape. Scraping, scraping. And this is eventually going to make a bow tie shape. And that is what we are going to put right here. I didn't finish the outside of this. Hold on. We're going to put this right here on the outside. We're going to hold this. It's going to go right in the outside. All right. We're going to overlap. So the ends are going to overlap each other. This is going to help keep it from fraying. This one, sometimes they kind of start to overlap on their own so they know which way they want to go. What did I do with the rest of my... That's probably why I stopped making them. I ran out of white. Hold on. Oh, I swear, I haven't even started drinking yet, guys. Not that I will. I think I might drink a Diet Coke if I'm going to go for anything. Go for something really heavy today. Sorry, I'm going to do the other two. Look at me. I'm older, guys. My brain is for decorative use only these days. I swear I don't know what the heck I'm doing sometimes. It's crazy. It's crazy. Here we go. Here we go. Alrighty. So we did our ruffle on the outside. Okay. I'm going to be lazy. Since I'm standing here and I've got it here, I'm putting my ribbons in now. So I'm going to put the red on the bottom. Move this to the side. Red on the bottom. White on the top. And they line up because we cut them the same size. They might be a little slightly off because we dovetailed them and who knows if that was exact. But it doesn't really matter. Fold them in half. Push it down. Get a nice crease. There we go. I'm going up the middle. I'm going to open this back up. Now I'm going to also, you see how I'm kind of like angling it down? Because that's how they're all going to come out. So this helps me before I even put this in here. I'm going to open up. I opened up that pipe cleaner. Now you notice the mesh, because we squished it in there and tied it, it's really not coming out. It's kind of staying on its own. So that's all good. We're just going to go in and twist it. Now I'm going to twist this pipe cleaner so I've got about an inch or so twisted. And I'm just going to snip it off. Boom. And I'm going to open this up. I'm going to tuck it behind here. And then just go back and overlap again. And there we go. Now I'm going to separate these out. So the bottom comes out. And then the paired, the printed, and then separate out the bottom and the printed. And this is like that. Now you could put the printed together and keep the red on the outside, or you can keep it like that. I personally like to go like this because it spreads the pattern out, but it really depends what it is that you're looking for. It's your wreath. You feel the need. You go in whatever creative direction you want. Kathleen, thank you. Thank you for joining. Michelle in Texas, it's already in the 80s. Oh my gosh. Oh, Michelle, that's hot. That's hot. Oh. You know, I always thought maybe I would retire down to like Florida and stuff, but it's so hot down there. Oh, all right. So here I go. I'm taking my next piece of mesh. Here we go. Running my fingers up. And you can hear the scraping sound. It's second to like running your fingernails on a chalkboard, which I don't like that sound. But that's okay. All right. Now I'm going to overlap. Overlap. I'm going to open it back up because, again, I'm lazy. Pop my ribbon in. And then I'm just going to twist it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go. And give it a little vasectomy. A little snip, snip. You won't feel a thing. Just sit on a bag of peas. You'll be fine. All right, here we go. Separate these out. All right, that's number 2. All right, so Saturday is St. Patrick's Day, guys. I am genetically part Irish, which I was excited to learn. My kids, though, because my mother-in-law is from Ireland. She's from Derry, so my kids are full-on 25% minimum Irish. So Ari's excited about St. Patrick's Day. We are also excited about St. Patrick's Day because it is my stepdaughter's birthday, and it's my mommy's birthday. Happy birthday, Mommy! So that'll be fun. It's always a good time. We always have to do something for St. Patrick's Day. Here we go. I think Mackenzie wants to go out to Texas Roadhouse for her birthday. She likes to sit in the saddle. She's turning 25. My stepdaughter's going to be 25. I still remember sitting and playing Cabbage Patch dolls with her in her room when her dad and I had been dating a few years before, you know, we brought kids into it and stuff. But I remember that. She was so sweet then, and she's still sweet now. All right, scrape them up again. Here we go. It's harder as they get older. Like, I don't know what to buy kids for their birthdays anymore. So it's usually, now we've reached the age of cash or gift card. My 11-year-old is slowly getting into that age as well. I'm like, I don't know what game you want, what platform it is, what it's called. As long as I can read a review and make sure it's appropriate, then you can go buy that for yourself. I don't know. Here we go. Bending it over. Here we go. So I'm pulling it down. It just helps when I go to put it in there to think it already have it bent out a little bit. I like doing that. Here we go. I should have grabbed myself a Diet Coke. I'm getting thirsty. Wrapping it around. Snip, snip. This is going to hurt you more. It's going to hurt me. Oh, yeah. Boom. Last Monday, I actually cut my finger with the scissors. Right on the knuckle. Because I wasn't paying attention. I would like to say that's a one-time occurrence, but for me, that's just par for the course. How am I going to hurt myself today? Well, all right. Moving this around. I've got 2 more left on the bottom, and then we're going to go and start with the top. The more you do this, the faster that you can gather and ruffle as well. Now, I will say that this is not like a value kind of mesh. This is nice. This is like a little bit thicker. So Hobby Lobby makes also, you know, a similar black and white pattern. But for some reason, this is, that one is like much softer and squishes better. And I love using that for my tomato cage trees because it lays better in the tree. But this is a bit of a stiffer one. Sometimes we all like it a little bit stiffer, don't we? Yes, yes. So it's working well for this. There's not a lot of fray. And I think I got that. I think this was like Christmas mesh. I'm pretty sure it was. And I think it was Christmas mesh from like a couple years ago. So hopefully they still make it. Going around here. Here we go. I buy Christmas mesh and I use it year round. We all do. Like you can get a basic beige with like a little white puff line. That's just the best time of year to buy stuff. The Christmas clearance sales and stuff. You can buy all the red stuff. You can use it for Valentine's Day. If you have the room to store it. That's usually, I think, the biggest issue for people is having room to store it. I've turned my whole living room into my craft studio, so I've got space here and the basement and the garage. But if my husband were still alive, I don't think he would approve of me taking over quite so much of the house. But I did what I had to do. It keeps me going, but I have been very much trying to reuse what I have this year, and it's been going well-ish. I've been spending less on general craft supplies this year, but now when I place an order, it's for very specific things, which is good. But I always love ordering from Deco Exchange. Is going to get another order of these 60919 florals from me because I used up a whole bunch of my yellows and my pinks and like all my spring colors, so. And I think they sent me a birthday coupon too, so I'm gonna have to go take a look at that. That's what I'm gonna buy myself for my birthday. What'd you get yourself? Florals that I'm gonna put in wreaths that I give away to other people. That's okay though, because that's what brings me joy. Here we go, separating these out. So now I'm going to, I'll pick it up now, and I'm going to show you what it looks like just with the outside on there. Where did that green come from? What? All right, here we go. So this is the outside. And you could, if you really, really wanted to keep things super thin, if you had a larger sign, you could possibly just get away with putting 6 on the outside.
Thank you so much for watching. You can follow me on social media, and you can also shop my store at sweetredecor.com.
That second layer in the center. So we're going to go in the middle now. Now it's a little trickier to find the pipe cleaners in the middle sometimes, so I'm going to try to pull them forward now, so I don't have to go hunting and pecking for them, but I'll lose them anyway. It's kind of a pain. Here we go, check the comments. New gems are coming this week to Deco? Carol! Oh! The things that excite us, right? But if you know, you know. That's huge. That's awesome. Oh my gosh. So excited. Well, then now I'm extra excited for this week. Oh, okay, here we go. Now I'm going on the inside, so I'm going to gather it over here, off to the side. You can see me gathering. Here we go, making our bow tie. This kind of looks like the farfalla pasta. You know, the little bow tie pasta that you can get? I like making those. Those are fun. They're cute pasta. I never eat just plain spaghetti. I like my noodles to have a fun shape, like musticcioli rigati with the lines in it, or rotini. Now rotini is my personal go-to pasta shape. All right, so now I've pre-folded a ribbon on the other side. I'm gonna put that in here. Here we go, putting that in, giving it a nice twist, turning it around. Now, if I were gonna put any kind of greenery in here, I could twist it into the pipe cleaner before I close this. I'm not doing any greenery on this wreath because I'm trying to keep the price point low on this one. So I'm not going to put any greenery in here, but that's absolutely where you could put it in. That gives you the benefit of it's secure in there, plus you can add a little dab of glue on it before you put it in there and twist it. Twist the pipe cleaner over it, because it's always good to have both. If you can avoid relying just on glue, I would, because you want to make sure it's going to stay. And sometimes when things get really, really, really hot, which it can in all parts of the country, the glue can melt. So I do swear by using my Gorilla Glue sticks. Those are my favorite. I get it from Walmart. Sometimes I've gotten it from Amazon if I'm going to buy a bunch, but it's not really that much cheaper than Walmart. Then I get like a 3-pack or something. But I get the full-size glue sticks. I use the very expensive, like $10 Surebonder from Walmart. It's worked. I used to have a different one, and it passed on me. It died. It started shooting glue out like the seams, and I was like, no. Because you know who it burned, right? Yeah. So that was a sad day. I held a little ceremony as I put it in the garbage can, and I Marie Kondo'd it. I held it. I said thank you, and then I let it go. Fat. I love you, thank you. You can now go. It didn't work. Okay. Back to the diet, I guess. I tried. All right, now here we go, looking at our third one. So what do you think about this method? Do you guys prefer, if you've made pancake wreaths, do you prefer to put all the mesh on first and then go and do the ribbons? Or do you think this method could work for you too? I'm interested. I'm interested to know. Inquiring minds want to know. 20% off coupon of the discount group. Oh, I'm there. So I'm going to order myself today, Carol. I'm going to order some 60919. I did order some gems that I have green gems, and I was going to make something for St. Patrick's Day, and St. Patrick's Day just wasn't selling for me, so I decided to hold off on those and use them for Christmas. Because I used the gems for the first time last Christmas, and I sold, I think, 3 of the same style wreath, the swag with the gems on it, and some Fair Silk ribbon, and it went really well. So I like that. That recipe works for me, so I'm going to probably save it for Christmas. And I'm going to start Christmas earlier this year. I'm actually, I've got my table set up in the family room so that I can start making my tomato cage trees at night. I'm going to start this year. I'm making them a little shorter so that I can ship them with less fees, because the size that it was very expensive to ship. Very expensive. And then a $15 shipping or handling fee or something, the oversized package fee from UPS. So now I make them a little bit smaller. So we'll see. I want to be able to ship them, but I still mainly sell those locally. But those are my favorite go-to, guys, and they use so much of this plaid mesh. It's my favorite. I look like a crazy lady when I go buy all the heads at Walmart and going around. I mean, I'll get them shipped and stuff, but, you know, I've got like 5 heads in a basket. People are like, what is she doing? Well, when I see them, I buy them. So you should see I've got a whole bag upstairs just filled with heads in my son's room, because he lives with his dad. But sometimes, well, he hasn't stayed here in a while. But they're up there, so there are all these heads in a bag. I look really creepy. I'm going to creep somebody out if they ever want to stay up there. Be like, oh yeah, just move the bag with the heads out of the way. You'll be fine. I don't think that's going to end up getting me too many visitors that want to stay. All right. This is open back up. We just got 2 left on here, and we get to put on, my favorite parts is putting on the sign. It's dressing the wreath, really. Put on the sign, and then making the bow. And I got 1 of 2 different ways I'm going to do the bows. We'll talk about that when I get closer to it. But I'm just going to have 1 2.5-inch ribbon, the red, and then probably the black and white on top of it. But I also have those 2 dog paws. So I want to see how this lays out first before I figure out how I'm going to use those dog paws. I have an idea, but I'm not quite sure. So we'll see. Oh, yeah, St. Patrick's Day is on Sunday. Sorry, was I saying Saturday? I don't know. They all run together. No. Watch me get up and be like, happy birthday, Mom and Mackenzie. And they'll be like, it's tomorrow. Whoops. So, I am excited. Now, we are having my family over for birthdays on Saturday. It was my aunt she just turned a number. It was a milestone birthday. I'm not going to give away her number. That's her business. But it was a milestone birthday. So we're going to be celebrating that milestone. And we're just doing appetizers and cake because, you know, we're going to be doing a big thing on Easter. So, which reminds me I need to get my pork loin ordered for Easter. Obviously, I'm not a vegetarian. I should be. My daughter is. My son-in-law is. Nah. I like burgers, and the impossible stuff, to me, is impossible to swallow. Can't do it. I've tried it. Tried the Burger King one. It just, not for me, but I'm glad that it works for other people. Here we go. Well, I don't really eat Burger King anymore. The last time I did, I think I got really sick. I don't know if it was the grease or something, but like, yeah. Hazmat team was called. It was awful. It was, oh God, cramping. Oh, I should stop eating that stuff in general. But it's so good. All right, here we go. The last one, guys, putting the last one in here. I'm going to do my mesh ruffle, ruffling up the middle. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Ruffle, ruffle, ruffle. Ruffles have ridges. All right, finding the last one. I didn't have to hunt and peck too much to find the pipe cleaners on this one, so it worked out pretty good. Sometimes it's really frustrating. I will, however, trim off some of these. When you find the little spare ones, I just give them the little haircut as you see them. I don't want it to get all twisted up inside the pipe cleaner. All right, I'm going to overlap mine. So now it's overlapped. It's got the round pancake shape. I'm opening that up. Boom, baby, here we go. Fold it over. I know people are probably getting sick of seeing me making pancake wreaths. It's what sells best for me around here. But I think next week I'm going to go back. I'm going to do an arrangement, I think, next week. And then one of these weeks coming up, I think we're going to just do, you can just sit with me while I make a bunch of bows. We can work on directional ribbon, which is sometimes the bane of my existence. Making sure things don't look upside down. Okay, so here we go. Here is the finished wreath frame. Here we go. That is how thick it is. So, you know, he ain't no thick boy. He's skinny. He's skinny, which is exactly what we want. So for this one, I'm going to put the sign down toward the bottom, and then I want to have some bows up at the top. So him, I'm going to put him down at there and there. So I guess you would call it the 4 o'clock and the 8 o'clock-ish positions. So what I'm going to do is get out a couple things here. Boom, boom, boom. I got 2 pipe cleaners. I got extra cardboard. Now I use this from, I cut up a wreath. I cut up a mesh tube. I just went straight up and down. Works great to put on the back of your signs. I'm going to cut off that rope. If I don't cut it off, the sign is going to swing from side to side. We don't want that. All right, I'm just going to cut 2 squares for each side. They're about, I'd say, 1 inch. If I don't build up the back of this sign before I staple it, the staples will go through and ruin the sign. And that would stink. So we don't want that. So here we go. Alrighty. I'm going to kind of just center it on there as much as I can. I just put the pipe cleaner right over on top of it. Sometimes people sandwich it inside the cardboard. Then I can't really tell if it actually caught it all the way, so I like to do it on the top. 1, 2, 3. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, pow. All right. And then we go on the other side. This is basically centered, so 1, 2, 3. It's just not going to glue gun over. You know, I told you guys, this has been that kind of day. All right, let me at least get it off the floor so I don't glue the floor to something. All right, this is going over to the side. Ugh, best laid plans, right? All right, so I'm going to put him, clean him up. Glitter gets on everything. I'm going to put him right down here. He's going to go right here and right here. So you can see there's already, you can see the space where the pipe cleaner is that's holding on the mesh and the ribbon. We're going to put the other pipe cleaner right over that. Use the existing space that's already been made. Then we do not have to fight to get it in there. And it should go through pretty easy. You still want it to go on the outside of rings 1 and 3. So it's got significant amount of stuff to kind of push on. I'm going to flip it over for now. I'm not going to go super tight because I want to be able to wiggle it around. I still have the other side to put in. So I might flip this over again and tighten it a little bit more. But for right now, we got that side on. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do the other side over here. Because I want to make sure it's centered. If I tighten it too much on one side, then it might look a little lopsided. Which is what I look like in a bra. But that's a whole other issue. I got 1 foot bigger than the other. I got one something bigger than the other. I'm like, am I the only one? I always feel lopsided. I don't know. All right, here we go. I got to move the mesh to the side. This one is being a little stubborn. Here we go. All right, and then we get that. All right, now I've got both ends. Pulling it tight. I'm going to flip it over. Now I can tighten it. Now I still don't want to pull it like so tight that it's choking to death, because that'll make it kind of pull in and then everything will puff out around it. And then it looks like it's kind of strangling. We don't want that. So I've loosened it a little bit. All right, just trim that off. And then I just take the ends and just bend it around the frame. Just so it's not flying out there. You don't want it to scratch the door. Okay. Here we go. It's looking good. And you'll notice that the bottom of the sign covered the pipe cleaner. We want to cover all the spots where the pipe cleaners are. We don't want to see that. So that covered it very nicely. That looks really good. So what I'm going to do for the top, So here's my options. You guys can let me know what you think. Oh, the dog bone ribbon. I believe all the dog bone ribbon you can get from Craft Outlet, as well as these little picks too. We did that. I might try to put a dog bone here and a dog bone here, and then put a little bow in the center. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't want this to have too much on the bows, because I think that's gonna take away a little too much from everything else. So I'm going to put these on first, and then that way it'll tell me how wide I really need to make my ribbon. So I'm going to cut that off, but I'm going to keep some of the wire on here. Now I am going to also glue this, but I'm going to try to put this through here first. So I'm literally, again, going right through where the pipe cleaner already is at. I can bend it, and then I'm going around. Make sure I'm coming in through the bottom rung. Okay. I can kind of go around the back, bend it, and bend it again. We're just going to make sure he's bent in place and he's got good support back here, right? And then I am going to add a dab of glue on the back, just so he can kind of adhere to where the ribbons are, so he doesn't go flying around. Perfect. And notice I'm doing it on a little bit of an angle, because I like the angle. All right, perfect. I didn't burn myself. Yay! All right, now we got the other one. We're going to put him, same thing, just kind of going around the other side. So he's going to go, I'm going to separate that mesh out better. There we go. He's going to go right through there. All right. He's going to flip over. All right, so I'm going to flip him over, and I'm just going to bend this wire. I like these picks because the wires, they're softer, they're bendable. They're not like, you know, sometimes you get like the floral picks and it's like, oh my gosh, bending that wire is like a Herculean feat. These aren't like that. These are nice. They're soft. I like them. Okay. Now I'm going to put, like I said, I did before, I'm going to put a little bit of glue on the back of him. Make sure I got my ribbons where I want them before I push it down. All right, there we go. So now all I have to do is put a little ribbon right there, a little bow. And I'm going to have some tails coming down off of this little bow, but it's not going to be a huge one. So, I've got my Easy Bows Design Pro affiliate link in my link tree in the bio. But I love it because these dowels have never fallen out on me. They're plastic. They don't go anywhere. Even if you don't buy it for the extended length, like, this ain't moving. And I love that, because that was one thing that frustrated me about the other ones, is that the dowels kept falling out. Even if I had like glue them in a little bit, still pop out. Okay, so that's going to come down. So I'm looking for a tail that's going to be, what is this? Okay, so the end of the tail's hitting at like 7 inches, which I think is perfect. So I did the pinch and twist. Now I'm looking, this is, believe it or not, this is the back side of the red ribbon. It's hard with the solids to tell, but there is a difference because the stitching is different on the edges. So I'm going to pull this down, and we are going to have his wide bow is going to come out to, let me take a look. I'm going to pick up this whole thing. I like to do this. So here we go. This would be the tail. That would be the bow. Yeah, that looks right to me. So that is a 5-inch loop. Now I'm going to do that. Now I'm going to do another 5-inch loop. Okay. Should I do another 5-inch? Yeah, I'm going to do another 5-inch loop. I'm going to do 2 loops on either side. I don't want it to look, it can be wide and flat, but I don't want it to look skimpy. Right, here we go. Here go. There we go. All right, so then this one comes out to just a little past 7. So I'm going to cut this more toward 8. Give me enough room to dovetail it, and I can always fix it when I'm done. I'm anal. I like to dovetail as I go. I don't know why. You can also say I pick my ends up right away. OCD. Fun. All right, now we've got black. And then I'll do a little tiny dot of the red, but I don't want to do red. Red on top of red, you're going to lose it. So we're going to do black. This is 1.5 inch, and again, this came from Craft Outlet. Here we go. So this tail is going to come out to touch 6 inches. The other ones were 7. These are going to be 6. So these loops here, those were 5-inch loops there. So I'm going to do, I think I'm honestly going to do a 4-inch on either side. I'm going to do 2 4-inches on either side. Remember to pinch and twist so we get the back side of the bow, the ribbon. There we go. I gotta order some more of this. I went through a lot of the dog themed stuff. I have to see if they have cat themed ribbon too, because I have a cat dish that I just filled with floral foam to make an arrangement, and I realized I don't have any cat ribbon. So got to do that, because the bones, they don't work for cats. All right, snip that off. Here we go. So I like to play with my loops as I'm putting them in here, so I know exactly where they're going to go. That's why I like the Easy Bow.
Thank you so much for watching. You can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com and follow me on social media.
But sometimes you can't. Man, I was getting hate for this one video I did of how to make a bow using a chip clip, and people are like, that's ridiculous. You do it by hand. I'm like, not everybody can do it by hand, and not everybody has the money for a bow maker. So here's an option where if you've got something at home you already have, here's a way to do it. Do people think that way? No, because they love to criticize. I'm like, okay, if you have good ideas about how to make a bow, you know, that's not a hand bow, where are your videos? Where are yours? Huh? Yeah. That's what I thought. Put up or shut up. That's what I say. So, yeah. It's amazing how people can be so nasty about crafting video. Like, are you kidding me? This is about making wreaths, okay? This is not some kind of like political agenda stuff. It's a wreath. Like, just calm down. Calm down. The whole world is so, it's like people are looking for reasons to get pissed off and yell at people, and it's like, why? Does that make you happy? No, stop. Stop. It's the same thing I tell myself when I look in the mirror after eating a donut. Does that make you happy? Stop. But it does make me happy. That's all right. That's okay. That's all right. Here we go. Let's check the comments. Oh, Michelle, you got the bow maker too? Awesome. So Painted Tree, I'm going to be honest, Painted Tree did not do as well for me this last year as I thought. But I bit off more than I can chew. I did it's like an 8x20 space. Like, huge. I'm now going down to half that, like 6x10 for half the rent, because I should have done a test run for a year and seen what sold, but I was a little overzealous. So I'm staying there because I do love Painted Tree. It works smooth. It's fantastic. I love it. But I just need to, you know, be able to not lose money. So read into that what you will. Alrighty, so I'm getting a black zip tie, and I think because there's so much red on this one, actually, I don't even need a zip tie. I don't need a zip tie. Screw it. I'm just going to use pipe cleaner. I'm doing a red pipe cleaner because there's a lot of red here, so I'm just picking it up. I'm pulling up from the bottom, but pushing down from the top at the same time, like a sandwich. I'm trying to keep my sandwich together. I'm going to put my pipe cleaner through. All right. Now I like to put it against my chest. They're there for a reason. Leverage what you have. All right, and then I want to make sure it's nice and tight. So I'm going to tighten a little bit more. And then I turn the bow. I don't turn the pipe cleaner. That gets it nice and tight too. So I'm going to mess with my loops here. So we got red, red, black, black. I want the black to come up. Can be the first layer, and then that, and then another red, and then we'll have these coming down as well. These coming down too. So you can see this is pretty, but it's not a huge bow. Now here in the center, both of these are off to the side, right? Not for long. Make your loop. And I take the bottom one and I pull the bottom one over. And now you can't even tell that they come out of the same side. Surprise! Let me move this over. We're going to do our last step. We're going to put this baby on the wreath. Almost done, guys. Almost done. Yay! Then I get to go have lunch. Yay! I've got leftover Panda Express. All right, now, again, it's a little tricky to try to find where the gap is. Just got to move the mesh a little bit. Okay, maybe more than a little bit. Oh, this one is just being stubborn. He don't want to go. Don't give me shit. It's my birthday. Be nice. Here we go. All righty. Here we go. I'm pulling that in. I'm going to make sure one is on they're on opposite sides of the spine, just so that the bow doesn't shift around. It just adds a little bit of extra security. And now I'm just going to flip it. Flip, twist, snip, and bend. There we go. Now I'm going to cut off. I'm going to go through, I'm going to give it the haircut. You want to do a little final once over while you've got it flipped over, because we're going to fluff our bow. It's not going to be a very fluffy bow. It's going to be wide, but it's going to be pretty. Here we go. All right. Also, while I'm back here, I'm putting a hanger on it. Here we go. Right on this one. They hang better for me when I put them on the wall at Painted Tree if they have the zip tie on there. But people can, I mean, they don't need to use it. You can just hang it right on the rail. But if I put the zip tie right where the spine is, then it doesn't slide. All right, so take a look at this. Shouldn't have to do too much fluffing. Got a little piece of fuzz. Come on, fuzz, come on out. All right. Now I'm going to trim these a little bit. The red ones are a little long. I'm going maybe like a 1/4 inch off. 1/4 to maybe a 1/2 inch. That's all. Just a little tiny bit. I don't want them to overlap too much on the top. It's fine if it touches the top of the sign. I don't want it to overlap the words. And then I'm pulling the dog bone stuff out to the side so that the red can go down the middle. Okay. Oh, wait, one string. Okay, guys, we're done. We're done. So, I hope you enjoyed today's wreath making. So I go around and fix this. Here we go. Remember, animal themed, pet themed stuff, big seller. If you're looking for something to make to put in your shop, go with pet stuff. It sells. And this is the finished wreath. This is how thin it is. This will fit in a storm door. This bow, you can squish even flatter. Do you see if I squish it? It squishes nicely. It's meant to squish down that way. Or, I'm going to fluff it back up for pictures. Here we go. Stay fluffy, my friends. Here we go. Just make sure, too, that you've got all of your ribbon tails. Go back around and just do another tug on the placement, especially on that top layer. Sometimes these tend to want to go back to their original positions, and they need to be taught not to. Please go where I go. There we go. Go where I say. Alrighty. Excellent. Thank you guys so much for joining me. I will have this listed for sale at sweetariadecor.com. This probably will also be located at Painted Tree in Naperville, Illinois. And I go live on Facebook here every Monday at noon Central for Monday Crafternoons. So thank you so much. And I hope you guys have an enjoyable rest of your day. I'm going to go get Red Robin for my birthday tonight. Yay!
Thank you for watching. You can follow me on social media, and you can find these creations at sweetariadecor.com.